What is up, Hustlers? Hustlers Horizon podcast. Man, we are back. It feels like it's forever every time. We're so sorry that we make you guys wait, but today is exciting. We have episode 30. We finally reached episode 30. And today, it's a really cool, hey, this guy's really cool that we're interviewing. I mean, he got here a little early and I started talking to him, man. I was like, let's just wait for the podcast. Today, we have Ivan Aldaco.
Yes,
did I say it right there? I thought I was going to butcher that. So we have Ivan here today. I'm not going to say the last name again. But 21 years old.
Youngin.
A realtor and has a few other business little ventures he's got going on. But anyways, Ivan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
We're doing good, man. Just another day.
Yeah,
living life.
Another day of the hustle, man. We've been hustling and it's been great and it's been everything that we want, man.
I was even late. First
I know,
time.
man. You were late, dude. I was like, wow, he's fired. He's fired. But man, Ivan, let's get into it. So 21 years old and, you know, you were talking to me a little bit. You are a realtor.
Yes, sir.
And so what made you want to get into that industry?
I've been asked this a lot, and I honestly don't know how to, respond to this question. When I got out of high school, I knew I didn't want to go to college.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, the route for me, and I felt it in my gut. So I followed my gut, and I ended up going to trade school. I went to welding school at AC, did a whole year out there. After I graduated that, went to go work in the feed yards, did a little bit of, fab welding, shop welding, out there in the feed yard welding, just all that type of stuff. And after working 5 days a week, 12 hours a day, out in the sun, rain, cold, I just felt like I had too much to offer the world to just, sit there and
kind of
waste it. Yeah. So I decided to start doing real estate classes in my lunch periods and stuff like that. So
that's cool, man. So you're young, and a lot of young people don't get that, don't have that. They don't acknowledge it, right? They always want to go be crazy and stuff, but you look like you have a good head on your shoulders, bro. We're proud of you. That's awesome.
Well,
I wish when I was younger, I would have took a different route.
Well, it's one thing to say, you said you knew that you didn't want to go to college, right?
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's one thing to say that, but you did something. You knew what you wanted to do, the route you wanted to go. There's some, at that age, I don't want to go to college because I just don't want to go to school. That. I mean, I thought like that at one point. But for you to do that, and now you're pursuing it, and you've been doing this, you said, since May of last year, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when I asked you earlier, you were saying, you wouldn't trade it for anything, man.
No, this is, my dream job, 100%.
Yeah.
I get to help people every day, especially people who speak Spanish. That's one of my niches right now. I help a lot of people who speak Spanish buy their first homes, I-10 buyers. So I've helped people from out of state who only have an I-10 number. I've helped them move to Amarillo. Just, helping people out and, obviously making a living from it too is awesome.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And the real estate industry, it could be really good for you, for sure. Yeah. So how did that even come about? What made you start thinking about that?
So I was
the real estate specifically.
Yeah, so real estate specifically, I think so I've always been into investing. I've always wanted to do good with my time, do good with my money, and obviously create generational wealth for my future generations. So I remember one time, it was junior year of high school, we were sitting at the cafeteria, lunch table. I went to Bushland High School, so we weren't allowed to leave during lunch periods ever.
Oh, wow.
So we were closed campus, so we, the friends we sat with at lunch was an everyday thing.
Yeah.
And I had this really good friend of mine. He owns Bomb City Kicks. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Bomb City Kicks.
It was at the mall.
It was at the mall at one point.
Now he's just online.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a year younger than me, and he mentioned that he was going to be a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was actually investing in, I don't know if you guys have heard of Dogecoin.
Yep.
So I was investing in Dogecoin in high school, trying to get rich quick type stuff. But I remember he mentioned real estate, and after figuring out that welding was fun to do, but not as a career choice, at least for me personally. I looked into that. I saw that obviously classes were $1,600. I compared that to $80,000 at a university. I was I think that's a good bet. I'm gonna bet on myself, and I decided to risk it and then just completely jump into real estate.
That's cool, man.
Awesome.
That takes some.
Yeah,
I was gonna say balls, but
it does. We say whatever we want on this podcast.
No, but that does take a lot of balls, man. Especially being so young, and then you're following your dreams, doing what you love. But let's talk about the other brand. You said you have a clothing brand, right?
Yes, it's called Voice of God. Translation, obviously, voice meaning voice of God. So
Voice of
our merch basically, it started out as me and my co-owner. So it's two people. It's me and my friend. I met him at Verger. I used to work at Verger for a little bit.
Okay.
Specifically to network in higher end places. And I actually got 3 closings from like the few months that I worked at Verger. So I mean, it turned out pretty well. It paid for itself, and I made really good connections there. But me and him started Voice of God, just basically trying to share the message of God and through like what we wear, because sometimes we don't talk to everybody, but everyone sees like what you're doing, what you're wearing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one reason to like spark that conversation.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And I want to just talk to you now, first off, graduating, knowing you wanted to do this, the real estate thing, right? Staying focused is a challenge.
Yeah,
it is, right?
For sure.
And it sounds like you stayed the course, you stayed focused, you're still staying focused.
Yes, sir.
And then you start this clothing brand, the voice of God. And I want to just ask you, at this young age, right? It's awesome that that's something that you wanted to start, right? And that you're thinking like that. And everything you're doing right now and even leading up to, how important of a role has God played in all of this, right? From you graduating and knowing you want to do this to you starting your brand and you're seeing these doors open, right? Mm-hmm. How important of a role does God play in all of that for you?
I think he plays the most important role. Like, honestly, like without God, I don't think I'd be where I am today. And I know that if I just keep, pursuing, working hard, pursuing what he has in plan for me, then he'll keep opening more doors for me. I think he plays the most important role in all the success that I've ever gotten in my life up to this date.
That's awesome.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, for sure. Just and so with that, you got the real estate thing going, you got this brand going. Let's talk about the vision, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you see yourself with all of this in the next 5 to 10 years? What is your vision there?
In real estate?
In both, really.
In both. I'd like for Voice of God to be something that could be in the next 5 years, hopefully, I think with the right amount of attention and work, I think Voice of God could be something that could be seen like internationally.
Nice.
My dream is to one day be out and about in a different state or country or city and just see somebody wearing what you created. And I think that's like really awesome. Obviously, glory to God, and I just think that that'd be like a really big eye opener on like what chasing your dreams can actually do for you.
Absolutely.
And then with real estate, my goal in the next 5 years is to just be a really well-known bilingual realtor here in the Texas Panhandle.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to start investing in real estate, buying multifamily, house hacking, and doing all that good stuff to at least start into the
that's a good industry to get into for sure.
Yeah.
And going back to where are you from? You speak Spanish.
Yes, sir.
Did you grow up in Mexico or
No,
here?
sir. I actually was born and raised here in Amarillo, Texas.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Where's your family from?
My dad's from Durango, and my mom is actually from Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
She moved here when she was 15, and but her side of the family is from Zacatecas.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of learned Spanish. Spanish was my first language. I originally lived with my grandma the first couple of years I was born, so obviously she only knew Spanish, so kind of got implemented into me at a young age. And grandpas, aunts, uncles, I mean, it's just always been around my life, so I've been able to read it, speak it, write it, so it's been really helpful in real estate. Yeah, for sure.
And then having those Hispanic parents, bro, it's different, right? They're so proud of you, anything you do, no matter how big it is, they act like it's huge. They're like, oh, you did that. You got a new truck. Let's take pictures with it. Is that how your parents are?
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. How has that support been from your parents and your family? It's
been really, really good. I think that one thing that we have that's maybe an advantage to us kind of growing up in the United States is that I don't know, I feel like education, and not in the instance of school education. I just feel overall education. I don't know how to explain it, but even me investing in the stock markets or trading options or doing anything like that, that's all foreign languages to our Hispanic parents. All I know is usually go to work hard, work long, come back, save money, go to work hard. And I was trying to break out of that little spell and to start investing my money to make me money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's been...
You gotta break, because that's how the Hispanic community is, or parents or whatever. They want you to save. Is that how yours are? They're
Yeah.
like, why are you spending money on this?
Yeah.
Why are you spending money on this? Save it. But here, like I kind of feel like what you're saying, that we have so many options to where we want to grow. You know, we want to get away from doing what we're used to, what we saw from growing up. You know,
Yes, sir.
because that's how we ever saw our parents work hard. But they don't try to move their money or anything. They just save.
Save.
So anytime we spend money, like they're on your butt. I don't know if yours are like that, but mine are. But that's pretty cool, man, that you have a good support system.
Yeah, I love it. My biggest support system is 100% been my grandmother.
Yeah.
She's been my ride or die, and sometimes like I try to explain to her like some of the stuff that I invest in, and she doesn't understand, but she just trusts me enough to know that like it makes sense to a certain point. Yeah,
Yeah, because they don't know.
yeah.
That's cool, man. Is she from here?
No, she's actually from Zacatecas.
She lives down there?
No, I guess she lives here.
She lives
She's
here?
from Zacatecas.
I
Yeah,
got you. I
yeah.
got you. That's cool. I like that.
That's awesome though, that to have that support from your family and all of those things that you're doing. It sounds like, and you even said, wanting to break out of that, right? Break that, and then you mentioned earlier, you want to create generational wealth, right? So that's like another vision that I would assume you have, right?
Sure.
Like you want to start investing in more properties, and at 21 years old, that's just awesome to be thinking about.
You're ahead of the game.
I mean, at 21 years old, I wasn't thinking about that.
Man,
I
it
was
all
just
party.
I was just going to work and then partying.
Do you go out much? What do you do?
I don't go out much. What I do for fun, talk about money. So I actually like, one thing I know is like you are who you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
So like I don't have many friends. I know a lot of people, but I don't have many friends. And the friends that I do have, they all like talk money. They all want to start businesses. They're all around my age somewhat, and we all want the same thing. So if you catch us anywhere in a group setting, it's talking about like, what are our plans? How are you going to buy that piece of land? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to flip it? How are you going to, how are you going to make money? And that's really good for me.
You got a good group.
That's a good group, and that's a good mindset to have of your circle, right? I believe I want a smaller circle with so much value still, right? Because like you said, a lot of people, but you don't have a lot of friends, right? Like that, they're not all your friends, right?
Correct.
But the people that you hang out with, that you surround yourself with, it's addicting to talk about your dreams and your goals, right? Like it's contagious, right? Like you want to hang out with those who are successful or those who have that vision. Like even now, I mean, being 28 years old, I want to surround myself with people who are entrepreneur minded, right? Like I want to learn from you, right? Because I wish, man, I wanted to do that when I was your age. But people get caught up in the time, right?
Yeah.
It's never too late.
Never.
But you're starting right now.
Yes, sir.
And so I can't wait to see the great things that you do. And it's good. Keep those friends, man. Y'all are going to be some big time business
next
owners.
to Amarillo.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
millionaires, billionaires.
Hopefully.
Do you plan on staying in Amarillo, or do you plan on moving, or?
So that's kind of up in the air still. I've obviously thought about it. I don't know. I know it sounds like really, really like off. It just sounds weird, but I wanna live in Italy. Like that's like my final destination. Wow. I've been looking into Italian real estate, and I know that they have like 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2 car garages, like for like $50,000, $40,000. Yeah. So
let's go to
yeah. So obviously, and then I know that the way of life over there is a lot different than here. So I obviously want to make my money here so that I can start investing in like international real estate. Because I've also looked into like. There's properties in Japan that are like overlooking water for about $5,000.
Have you heard like in Mexico, Cancun, and things like that?
So there's actually cheaper houses in Cancun than there are here in Amarillo. Yeah. And if you were to buy something like that and Airbnb it, like it would more than enough pay for itself. And you could also like, book your vacation for 2 weeks, your house and go over there with your family. Yeah. And I mean, awesome. It's a lot of opportunity out there.
Italy, man.
He's already thinking big. I like that.
That's dope, man.
What does your day look like? What does the routine look like? And I know it may change a little bit, but what does your routine look like just day to day?
Okay, so like usually I wake up around maybe like 8 o'clock because I'm one thing about me, I need to change it and I hate it, but like I'm super like a night bird, like I sometimes go to sleep at 2, 3 in the morning. So that's one thing that I would like to change, but for the moment, that's kind of like what my schedule looks like. If I'm up that late and like the house is quiet, it's dark, I'm on my computer, I tend to get more work done that I kind of was avoiding throughout the day at night because it's just peaceful. Everyone's asleep. Yeah. I still live with my mom, So everything's like very peaceful at night, and my house can get kind of chaotic having like little tiny chihuahuas running around and all this other stuff. So at night's a really good time to work for me. But I wake up, I have like this whiteboard in my room, and it has like maybe like 20 something names on it of like leads, and some of them are like under contract, and some of them are just like, I'll put notes like reminder to check up Friday, reminder to check up Saturday, schedule showings, and just things like that. And that's kind of what I look at first. I go about that, and that's kind of how I go about my day.
Yeah.
You will mostly find me at Palace on Georgia, usually like
Really?
sitting there. Yeah.
You should come with us. We go every Wednesday.
Wednesday?
At 6:30.
6:30 a.m.
Yeah, we have a little book club that we do, and we're reading Atomic Habits right now.
Okay, that's a really good
Pretty cool.
book.
Have you read it before?
I have not read it, but I think my cousin's reading it.
Yeah.
He told me one of the habits. I want to say it was like every time you go in the restroom or something, like clean. I don't know.
Wipe it down or the shower. Wipe it down.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like just something like to get yourself in that like habit that every single time I walk through this door, something's gonna get done and you're gonna walk back out.
Yeah.
Just like little tiny habits like that.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite books? Do you read a lot or not?
I don't read a lot. It's something that I still, kind of at the moment forcing myself to get into. But right now I love the book that I've been reading. I've been reading the 48 Laws of Power.
Oh yeah.
And
I was actually listening to that this morning.
Really?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I was at the gym.
What law were you on?
Oh, I was the video on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a really good book.
It's kind of out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of extremist.
Have you read it or no?
Mm-mm.
You needed to watch the video. And
Yeah.
I was like, it's a little crazy, but
Yeah, it is a little crazy, but it's a good book. It's a
Yeah.
good read for sure.
But reading does a lot for you, bro. Like I used to hate reading, and then once you start reading, it like changes your mindset. You know, you want to do more. You want to do better for yourself, for your family, things like that. So keep at it.
I agree. I think school taught me to hate reading because like they always implemented stuff that I didn't care about, and then my brain correlated it with reading. So because they were shoving like English literature, stuff that honestly like regular people or kids nowadays don't care about.
Exactly.
My mind was correlating that with like reading in general. I hate it because of what they made us read in school. But now like I'm starting to venture out to like if it's something that I'm actually genuinely interested in, I'll read about it. So,
Especially if it's an entrepreneur or somebody who's just successful, right? Like you want to read that and like you said, it makes you want to do better. But it's one thing to read; it's another thing to apply it, right? Like if you read something and it inspires you, apply it. Yeah, if you don't apply it to your life, then you're just reading. So But that's awesome to know that. So now, when it comes to this, you were talking earlier. When you hang out with your friends and y'all are just business minded, you want to, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Is there a certain mentor that you have or someone that you've looked up to since you were young or even now doing what you do? Is there
Still
someone
young.
that's, like younger, may I say? But, when you were younger to now, is there someone that you specific that's a mentor for you? And it's okay if there's not. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah. I don't think there is. Like, I know, like, I would like to have a mentor. I know that I watch a lot of, like, kind of like short little interviews. I think y'all have seen them. Like, there's this Hard Knock School. Have you heard about that one?
Who does it?
He's on Instagram. He interviews like millionaires and billionaires out on like the street. He will give them a quick interview, but they all have mentors, and I'm just like,
You need to find.
I need to find a mentor.
Yeah.
Which that'll come. I mean, I guess for for me and for some people, it's like you find that one person that you just get like hooked on, like their videos and and it's always been Gary Vee for me. Like I can watch him, that dude just gets me pumped, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you
good
had,
one.
but like I said, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
But like Gary Vee's a good one to listen to. David Goggins, I don't know if you know who that
David
is.
Goggins is a good person to listen to when it comes to like physical anything.
Yeah, Andy
mental.
Elliott.
Andy Elliott's a good
man,
one.
like you listen to those and you're hyped. You want to
Makes you want to bust through a wall, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Cassie's like, stop. We're going because in the morning, like whenever I didn't want to wake up to go to the gym, I would put like The Rock. You know, he puts the motivational videos on YouTube, and I just put it on my ear. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I gotta get up," and it helps you. It really does. It's crazy.
That's discipline.
Yeah.
That's let's talk about that. Discipline's a good thing, right? Like this dude has crazy discipline. It's awesome. For you and what you do, how has that been for you? The whole journey of that, being disciplined, staying focused, that you're not losing sight of what you want to do. how has that played a big role? Like what did it take to get there?
Discipline is 100% like 90% of it. Like, you know, you can like know all the information in the world, but if you don't act on something and like be disciplined on like incorporating it to your life every single day, then you're gonna get as far as the guy next to you who doesn't know anything, you know?
Yeah.
So I heard this really good like quote the other day, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Sam Solik.
Sam Solik?
He's like a really big bodybuilder, does a lot of, you know, videos, but he said this other quote the other day that's kind of been resonating with me. He said, "The guy who likes to walk will go farther than the guy who is in love with the destination." And that honestly like kind of resides to like discipline, like, you know what I mean? And so discipline is very important. It's played a really, really big role in my life. I can always be more disciplined. I see like a lot of places where I really lack.
Yeah.
And I know I lack it, especially if you're looking, you know, I don't know how to explain it, especially if you're like looking for like, you know, where you're lacking in life, you'll see it every day. You know, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have got up earlier and stuff like that.
Just holding yourself accountable, like reassessing everything, you know, like analyzing it. You know, what could I have done better, right? Because you can always get better each day, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about y'all just started that new real estate team, right?
Yes,
Bilar
sir.
Roofing?
Bilar.
That you're part of that team.
Yes, sir.
So what do y'all focus on? Just helping Hispanics, I'm guessing, right?
Yes and no. I think it's more or less like we promote ourselves as being like bilingual realtors, but we all have like English only speakers. I mean, we basically target everybody, but we are like obviously like always like going to the boulevard, you know, handing out flyers, handing out stuff just to show people like that home buying is.
How is that working? Because I'm Hispanic, right? So I've always wanted like to give back, kind of teach people that don't know, because Hispanics are like way behind. Not trying to sound rude or anything, but like, they don't know a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I've always wanted like maybe do a little class, kind of teach them how to get an ITIN number, right? Because you can buy a house with that, right?
Yes,
so
you
y'all
can.
offer all that stuff too, like with ITIN numbers
Yes,
and all
sir.
that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's cool. Maybe one day we can do something.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I actually have a little quick story. The only I-10 one that I've closed so far, she was from Colorado. And the day that we closed, she actually told me, she was like, "Oh, thank you so much, Ivan." She was like, my family was, I just got off the phone with my family. They said that I was going to get scammed. So, yeah.
Wow.
So there's actually people out there that think that, like, you know, buying with I-10 is, you know, you don't give your money away. Like, you're going to get scammed. Yeah.
I don't know if you know what that means, but...
No, I don't, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn today.
Yeah, no, but it's cool what y'all are doing. For reals.
Yes, sir.
I see y'all on social media, and like I said, I know a couple of y'all's people that we do inspections for and things like that. And if you ever need anything from us, let us know. Man.
Yes, sir.
We're here to help.
Yeah,
We're,
for sure.
We're a little older, but we act young. I still feel 25.
I'm 28. I still like to say I'm young.
I think that's pretty young. I know that for sure. Like, a lot of people who actually become millionaires don't actually get serious until they're in their 30s. So,
Yeah, that's what I said. You're ahead of the game because right now your focus is crazy. Back when we were 21, man, it wasn't like that. And most 21-year-olds nowadays, they're not about that, you know? They're out partying, doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
What we were doing. I wish I would have started when I was 21, but...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it takes that discipline, and it takes just that focus to know, right? Like, I'm just impressed with that. Like, you graduated and you knew. Like, to know is very rare, I feel like, because I graduated knowing, like, thinking, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and I did the whole banking thing for 6 years, 6.5 years, and I loved it. But that wasn't what fulfilled me, right? And you knew what it was that was going to fulfill you, and that's just cool that you've stuck with it, man.
Yeah. In high school, did you play any sports?
not necessarily. I did play like freshman basketball, but you know.
How tall are you? You look pretty tall.
Probably about 6'1", in between there.
Yeah.
But I played freshman basketball. Wasn't anything I took really serious, but I was more of a runner.
Okay.
So I did cross country, track. I did like long distance on track. I also did a little bit of jumping in track, like triple jump.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I dedicated myself to.
That's dope.
Yes,
Do you still like to play sports or anything like that?
I like to play basketball still.
Basketball?
Yeah, I think that's
What y'all? Is there anywhere people go play basketball in town?
They go to Verdure all the time.
Oh, Verdure has a.
Yeah, Verdure has a basketball court, but I kind of like lean to play the pickup games at like outside. I know it's kind of getting chilly, but like AC,
AC, yeah.
Oh,
just
the
like those
little
little
parks,
parks.
huh?
Yeah, they're
That's
really
dope.
good for like they get really.
Is there a lot of fights or no?
There can be. There can be. Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever when the fence is all broken?
Yeah,
So
the fence is all
people get
dented.
thrown into it.
Like face plant on
Yeah,
the
like you go and it's like you don't even have to go around to walk into the court. You just lift the fence up if you want to.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, dang, I know somebody got thrown into it, man.
All right, man. So you're a young cat. You're good looking. No Diddy.
Okay.
But
Man. Oh man.
do you? What about you? Got a girl? What is that?
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes, sir.
you do?
I got a girl. We've been together for about anywhere. I think maybe like a year and
Oh, really?
a little bit over a year and a half.
Where'd y'all meet at?
We actually met at Crunch Fitness.
Really? Damn, you've been picking up girls at the gym.
No, no, it's not like that.
He's like, it's not like that.
It's not like that.
He's like, let me spot you. No, that's cool though. Is she good? She's supportive for
Yeah,
what you're
100%. She's super supportive. One thing I've learned is that like, you know, this past like year and a half that I've been with her, like obviously I wasn't the same person I was a year and a half ago. You
Yeah.
know, obviously trying to evolve every single day.
Absolutely.
And I've seen like her evolving with me, so it's been pretty cool to watch. And you know, opening her mindset to like different things, opening her mindset to like different ways of making money, how the world works behind
wow.
the scenes
That's cool.
type stuff. Because I can get into like a lot of that stuff too. But
What does she do?
she actually right now she works at Sam's Club. She's going to school to be a paralegal.
Oh, nice.
So she wants to help with immigration services because she's from Mexico.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, she's from Chihuahua, Mexico. So
Hey,
she
Chihuahua. Do you have the?
I don't want to click. Oh yeah.
the clap.
It's not gonna play. I don't know what
No,
happened.
that's fun. No, I'm from Chihuahua too.
Yeah,
I was like,
she's
heck
from
yeah.
Cuauhtemoc.
Cuauhtemoc, yeah. That's cool,
that's
man.
Where she's from, but
Yeah, so getting a good person that you click with and
Oh.
y'all have the same vision,
mm-hmm.
that's exactly what you need. I don't know. You need to watch Andy Elliott. He talks about that.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
dude,
he's all over my Instagram.
yeah, him, his wife and him, they're always like together,
Yeah,
doing everything together.
But that's good that you found someone that's supportive of what you do, right? Like especially, I can only imagine you're always trying to evolve, like you said. So like you go like your mind's just going like you got to stay active, you got to do this. So to have someone that doesn't see that and gets like, okay, I can't handle this, but I'm gonna grow with him. Let's
Yeah.
evolve together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
It's really I couldn't have a girlfriend if it was any other way. Like
Yeah.
just be a big just knowing as much as we do now, like it just it just can't happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When are you gonna propose?
Okay,
No, I was kidding.
we're jumping the gun.
He's like, right now.
All right.
No, that's
it'll be
cool.
a while.
though.
It'll be a while.
No, you're good. Yeah, take your time and just grow together, learn each other, and you'll be successful. Especially if she's into all that stuff too. What other things do you like talking about? You say you like talking about money. What are some other favorite things you like to talk about?
What do I like to talk about?
You said you had a lot of stuff.
Money.
Yeah, no, I do have a lot of stuff.
Do you do Bitcoin? Do you do Bitcoin?
I did a little bit of Ethereum. I never got
Ethereum?
into Bitcoin. I actually sold out
On Bitcoin?
on Bitcoin. I do remember that in high school. Whenever I invested in Dogecoin, I think I invested $800. Nothing crazy, but for high schooler,
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. But I invested $800 into Dogecoin when I was in high school, and I remember that we were going to Mexico on a trip, and I remember that our plane was leaving, and I was doing stuff in town, and my mom was like, "Hey, like we need you at the house now. We're leaving," and I was like, freaking out. So like I'm driving home really fast, and then this what's it called? This police officer pulled me over, and it happened to be in a construction zone, but there was no construction workers present.
Yeah.
But it did happen to be on I-40 construction zone, and I got a $600 ticket.
Oh, you cashed out.
Yeah, I cashed out, and then I will never forget that I bought in at Dogecoin at 5 cents, and I think a month and a half later it went up to 72 cents.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And then it kept going up, right?
Yeah, I think so 72 cents. I did like I was like times 12, 14 times 14. Then I was like 800 times 14. I could have cashed out at
Yeah.
what's that like?
800 times 14.
Let me
Calculator.
use this calculator right here. That's what we love. Shout out iPhone 16. I love you, Apple.
Oh, you got the 16?
Yeah, man, I'm scared. 800 times what?
14.
11,200.
Wow.
Yeah, so because of like one
dang
mistake,
cop, bro.
I lost out on about $10,000.
What are they still around or no?
Dogecoin?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of dead. I want to say it's around like 8 cents right now. I think it was like a little bit of a hype thing that got it up there, and then they dumped
Might have to buy some. Bitcoin, Bitcoin went up too.
Bitcoin went up.
So we learned do not speed.
Do not
have the need for speed. Because you have to cash out. It's not fun.
Yeah. Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
You would have cashed out for sure.
Yeah.
What else have you invested in?
What else have I invested in? I've invested in a few stocks. I couldn't tell you which ones. I just know that I got the Robinhood app, and I was just kind of just like
messing with it.
Yeah.
Putting money.
I like to do that too.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff.
Just
Sometimes
seeing
like
what it does.
you gain $2.97.
You're like, that's a win.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
No, well, it looks like you have a good vision, man. Just keep hitting it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get discouraged, and just stay disciplined, motivated. And I think you have a good head on your shoulders, and you'll do really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you have a good mindset, good head on your shoulders, and the only way is up is what it sounds like for you, man. And like I said, congratulations on everything. We're very proud of you, though. That's awesome at your age and staying the course. You're just keeping, you're staying on track, and that's all. The best advice I can give you right now is just keep at it, man. Because he said you're ahead of the game.
He is.
You really are. Everyone's on their own journey, but take advantage of the success that you're going to have. Speak it, right? Believe it, and pour into others. Sounds like that's the kind of guy you are.
Givers gain, yeah.
Pour into others and encourage those who, you're inspiring me. And, I'm older than you. You're going to inspire older people too. That's all I can ask of you is to keep paying it forward, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Pour into others. Because there's a lot of your friends or people that you don't know that are looking up to you, and and you're staying track, and just to know that you're staying focused on everything, like you're not going to disappoint anyone, man.
Even people your age that watch this, man, they're gonna be like, "This dude's doing all that, and I'm over here sleeping till noon," and you're motivating people for sure.
Playing Fortnite at 22 years old.
Yeah, one thing I've learned is that like I've had a lot of people that I try to like, I guess you would call it like wake them up, you know? And there's some people who just can't be woken up. No matter how much you tell them, like, hey, you like stop doing this or replace this with this good habit. Start going to the gym. Start doing this. Start doing that. Don't spend your money here. Start spending it here.
Yeah.
You can tell them like for 10 years and they're not going to change. There's some people who just won't change.
Yeah, there's some people that if they're not about it, they're not ready for change. They're not going to change.
Absolutely.
What about your clothing? Where can people find it? Or
as long as they just look up www.voiceofgod.com, it should take you straight to our page. And
Voice of God.
Yeah, Voice of God.
Boss.
Yeah, so VOZ.
VOZ.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And they'll take you to the website. You can order online.
Yes,
Is it just online, or do you ever plan on doing like a store or something?
Yeah, for the moment it's just online. I think we would look into opening a store once we start maybe a few more books down, a few more jobs.
What book are y'all on? You were talking
We're on
about
Leviticus right now.
Leviticus.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
So all of them kind of just we have like a little like font on the front that will say Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and then on the back it says has like a Bible verse of that book, and we usually do 2 different shirts, 2 different Bible verses, 2 different colors per shirt.
Yeah.
And then we do like a cool picture that resonates with the Bible verse.
That's awesome.
That's cool, huh?
That's really neat. We'll have to check it out, man. Get some merch.
God.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun, Ivan, and again, we appreciate you taking the time to be here today. This is my favorite part of the episodes that I get to ask the famous question, and I hope you're ready.
Okay, what is it?
Well, you better be ready now. Okay. So, you're young and you're living your dream, right? You work in your dream job. One of your friends or someone that's younger than you or even older than you comes up to you and they said, "Ivan, I've thought about getting into real estate, or I've thought about starting my own business. I'm kind of scared. I just need some advice." What is that advice that 21-year-old Ivan Aldaco will give to that person?
The best advice I can give them is to just actually like take initiative and like actually do something towards it. Because like a lot of people I've seen, even myself, I'm going to put myself in the category with them. Like you want to start something or you have an idea to do this, and then you overwhelm yourself with like research, which research is great, but you like research here, research here. You never feel like you're actually like, educated enough to actually start it. So then you never start it. A year goes by and you're like, that was an idea I had a year ago and I'm still not educated enough about it. I just recommend for them to actually just take one little baby step towards it, learn about like a possible failure that they might, incur in that time and like, and then actually like start like moving towards it. And that's the best way to go about it. I know that one of those friends that I was talking about, they're actually brothers. So it's one's 22, one's 21, and they actually started they actually just bought a house for me about a month ago. They bought a duplex. So it was their first property.
Yeah.
They got a FHA loan on it, so 3.5% down on a $300,000 duplex, and they're living in one side right now, renovating the other. They're basically gonna house hack it, and they also have a company. It's like a dump company, like the dump trailers.
Dump trailers, yeah.
And it's called SRS, and I think right now they're making like $6,000 a month, so they're on track to make $72,000 a year.
Yeah.
With SRS, and they're both the one who actually like runs most of it, like in person. He's 21, so I mean.
Yeah.
And he works at Bell Helicopter. So then he has Bell Helicopter money plus SRS money plus now he's trying to get into real estate. Like these are people like, you know, even though like I feel like I'm doing like better than the average person my age, but there's always better people out there than my age. So I'm always trying to surround myself someone. And there's also better people who are younger than me, which I tend to compare myself to like 18, 19-year-olds who are driving Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
And then I feel behind, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So that the best advice, you know, you'd give, just take initiative, right?
Yeah.
Just take that baby step.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Like
that's
that.
good advice, man. We're not going to edit nothing. I'm just kidding. Well, no. Hey, well, again, thank you for coming on today
we
for
appreciate your
episode
time.
30, man. It's been a blast. Well, to our subscribers, to the viewers of Hustlers Horizon podcast, man, we are excited. Episode 30. 30 great episodes. We, again, want to say thanks to all the guests. Want to say a special thank you to Ivan Aldaco for making time today to come
Thank
talk
you
to
guys
us
for having
about
me.
all the great stuff you're doing. Congratulations on everything. Again, you can catch these episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or your favorite podcast platforms. This is Hustlers Horizon Podcast, the only podcast that you will listen to where we hustle up, level up, we shift our mindset to build a better us and build a better business. As always, enjoy this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Deuces. Let's go.